You know, I hit the fucking play button and now a fucking plane goes by in addition to the fucking neighbors wanting to mow their goddamn lawn. They're fucking mowing their lawn like 3 times a week right now. Jesus Christ. Anyhow, here we go. Today what we are trying to do is tell people how to do the GM 3800 Series 2 back knock sensor. You know, the one on the fucking backside behind the transmission that you can't fucking get. Alright, we just changed the motor in this thing. Unfortunately, we forgot that we had damaged the knock sensor. And when I had it out, it would have been real freaking easy to change it out with one from the other from the old block. Well, good news is we had two tries to do this, so I got it right on the second try. Alright, here's how you get this fucker out. Step 1, 19 millimeter. Jack up your fucking car, take off the fucking passenger side wheel. Hopefully there isn't any plastic shroud right here. This car did not have one on it when I got to it. Don't know. Maybe yours probably should. If it doesn't, hey, you're one fucking step fucking further. If you got to, remove the plastic shield as well. Alright, the next part of this freaking thing. There is an engine to transmission bracket that goes into the tail housing of the transmission. Alright, let me see if I can fish this fucker out of here for you real quick so you can see it. Boom. It's in my hand, let it fall to the ground, and there. Alright, just so that people can see a visual. Alright, this is held in place by 4 13 millimeter headed bolts. 2 that go in this way. This one's easy to see. It's on the back side of the tail of the transmission at around about like almost the 9 o'clock position. Maybe 9:30, I don't know. This one's a little harder to see. I was able to do it without removing the oil pressure sensor or even the plug to the sensor. I used a very long extension, 3/8 drive. I actually used my impact gun for this, but you can use a ratchet. There are 2, boom, boom, take them both out. These are the 2 long bolts. They will look like this. Nothing special. Bam. Now, there are 2 13 millimeter headed ones that go into the engine block. I use a 13 extension, or 13 deep well with an extension, this ratchet, and I went in from above. I gave it the old prison style reach around. Yeah. Anyway, and took it out with this ratchet. I ran the ratchet towards underneath the alternator side as opposed to the but you'll figure it out. They are stepped. They are not at the same plane. You pretty much you can't see them. You just got to do it by feel. Alright, now to get out the actual sensor itself. Step 1, take a punch or extension and a hammer, whatever, smash the frickin' end of this thing off. That's what I did. Alright, which was actually my problem anyway because it was already busted. Smash that kunta kinte right the fuck off. Alright, done. Now that's out of your way. How to get a socket. Now, I read some shit on the internet, and of course they all say there's another fucking plane? Jesus Christ! The first fucking day it hasn't fucking, at least not pouring rain today. It's the first day it ain't rained in 5 fucking days. Hope people can hear this. If not, they can't hear my cursing. A 22 millimeter freaking, I ground this thing off trying to get this fucker fit in there. I then balanced it on end on a freaking magnet, and then flipped it over, put an extension on there and tried to crack it loose. Couldn't quite get it on there. There is this right here diameter takes up too much space, which is also the problem you run into with an actual socket. Now, most of the sockets, I tried deep wells. I tried my normal impact deep well, did not work. Tried a shallower one, there, that did not work. Now this would have worked if you cut it down. Problem is you need to cut it down till about 1 inch from here up to here. So whatever this is, this space right here, this distance, so that it sits on as far as possible. Now, That's not how you're gonna do this, all right? Now me, I took this freaking regular socket. This is a 22 millimeter. 7/8 will work as well. This is a Craftsman 44239. 12 point, 6 point might work as well, but I prefer 12 point on these kind of finer operations. My new one is in, okay? This might be one of the first one of the videos I might actually monetize, because this is a fucking good fucking idea here. All right, now here's the fucking trick. I took off this much of the end of the sensor. Took the angle grinder right here. Makita, if you're ever looking for a freaking good angle grinder, the best on the fucking market. I've had that thing for 10 fucking years, hardcore using, industrial use, commercial use. I haven't even changed the fucking brushes in it yet. The thing still fucking cuts, it'll cut a car in half right now. Anyway, what happens is your bell house or your transmission tail shaft hits the side of your socket, so you can only grip it at an angle like this. You can't get it on fully straight. I mean, out here you can get it on fully straight, no problem. Look at that, fits perfect. But you can't get it on and that back one, so it sits at a slight angle. When you take off that little bit of freaking material, now keep in mind there's this much material plus the width of the actual blade, which is, I don't know, 1/16 of an inch maybe, just guessing. So you take off that little bit, and that'll give you a little bit more articulation in there, and it will work. It's some tricky shit to get the freaking thing started. I used 2 hands, one hand on this side with fingers, the other one on this side, and just kind of spun it in. I think I actually initially started the threads like this, and then how you do it, it's up to you. Getting it in place. Now, how do you get the new one in and out? Well, this goes why you took this out. I used a long magnet, extendable magnet. Once you dropped this out, you're basically reach in this way over your transmission, and you pull it out with your extendable magnet. That's how I got mine out. And the new one, you just kind of toss it up in there as best you can, sling it. I kind of flicked it with my hand and flung it into the basic area, and screwed the new one in. Now, don't forget to put some sort of a pipe dope, or I wouldn't use Teflon tape in this. I would actually use pipe dope or some sort of a thread sealant. I use RTV myself, but whatever. And then just once the threads were started, I could not get this thing to go on. It had to be only partially in there. Now, you can get your socket in the same way you're putting the sensor in, or I was able to get this socket in from between the bell housing and the transmission, or I'm sorry, I keep misspeaking. Tail shaft and the oil pan. You might be able to drop the oil pan and get yourself more space, but that's a whole nother fucking couple hours of fucking hassle. You don't want to dick with that. Trust me. Just don't do it. I'm able to slip this in between my trans. Oh, I will try and show you here in place. I am trying, people. Motherfuckers thumbs this one down, better because of profanity. Now, back over here on this end, by the flywheel end, there is enough of a gap right there. Let's see if this thing will fucking focus. AVE, focus you fuck. Yeah. For that motherfucker lovers, that guy. I was able to get my socket up in through there that way. Ah! Shit, it fell out. But either way, it will fit. Or you throw it in over the tail shaft through there. I'm having a bad hair day. I'm having a bad day. So either way, hopefully somebody learned something from that. That's how I just got it in there. Plug the new one in, and I suggest replacing the harness. We're not replacing the harness in this situation, but it's not a bad idea to do it. Put your bracket back in place here, and you should be good to go. Look at how fucking this thing's out of focus as fuck. Holy shit, what the hell? Peace out, bitches.